Là c'est mauvais valet, non, nous qu'à consider mon vie. Faut nous connaître pour meilleur, c'est pour nous tout ça bénéfice. For only wonders you done for us all. Spreading the gospel all over.
Tout le monde, toute quoi la Dominique et aux Antilles, c'est un grand plaisir pour nous là. Comme ici, nous disons bonjour à toute quoi la Dominique. Bienvenue. Nous savons pile Dominique Check à dévier, nous savons pile le monde déjà qu'à retourner à Casio, messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est la grande indépendance qu'on a célébré 47 l'année indépendance. Et puis nous aussi, messieurs, en spécial consultation éducation, nous avons discuté côté langage créole là, parce que nous savons très important, racine nous, messieurs, c'est langage là, c'est culture nous, et puis aussi, messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est temps pour nous célébrer, pour nous élever, pour nous lever du bout. Et puis ça c'est important pour nous comme pays, nous savons nous avons plus de challenge, pas ni pour problème, mais nous ni pour embrasser ces challenges là et puis faire certain nous ni dire à mi-temps tout mi-temps nous fait. Et puis nous la messieurs. Good morning to you, special welcome to another Creole Heartbeat edition, and this is Leroy Wadix Charles, and today we are going to be speaking about the National Creole Language Consultation. As a matter of fact, our two guests, they represent our two headline partners for this major activity carried for tomorrow at the University of the West Indies in collaboration with the Ministry of Education, also the University of the West Indies Global Campus, and also the Alliance Française de la Dominique. Several partners, including Your Nation Station, DBS Radio in the forefront, has been really piloting the Creole language for almost 5 decades. With Experience Creole can be heard every weekday from Monday to Friday. But we have that special consultation carried for tomorrow, and our guests are the sign man Ibrahim Bruhim. A business without a sign is a sign of no business. And from Dragon Windows, we have Shara Edwards, Mrs. Shara Edwards, and she's the admin assistant. And also she is the HR officer at Dragon Windows. Good morning to you both. Bonjour, Zaravet. You always say good morning in Afwawi. Morning. Good morning to you, Ibrahim Bruhim, the sign man. How are things?
Bonjour. Mola, I'm
good.
Good.
Aye.
My little Creole comes in, you know. Like to cut the sign once in a while.
All of a sudden, I start to feel excited hearing you speak the Creole language. But then let's allow the lady to take first knock.
Definitely.
I must say, we are very thankful for Dragon Windows to come on board, and this National Creole Language Symposium. Tell us, why did you decide as a manufacturing company, Dominica, to partner with this National Creole consultation carried for tomorrow?
Well, Wadix, first of all, you were very persistent and persuasive. So, first of all, I have to give hats off to you. But this partnership is very paramount to it's of paramount importance to Dragon Windows, and because it goes to the heart of the corporate value of the company. We believe that a strong company must be rooted in a strong culture, and the Creole language is the very soul of Dominica's identity. By teaming up with the Creole Heartbeat for this program, led by you, of course, we are not only just invested in language, but also in the social and cultural identity and stability of our nation. And for the consultation tomorrow, we see it as a critical initiative. It's an opportunity for national dialogue on how to move the Creole language from the vernacular to recognize, vehicle of identity, education, and development. So our support, we ensure that it is vital conversation, has resources and visibility. It needs to. We just making sure we are here to support, to make sure that this program succeeds.
And you, Ibrahim Brahim, once again, good morning to you, Ibrahim Brahim. You have done so much for Dominica in terms of sponsoring the signage, your work all over the natural. But why you feel it was so important to partner with this particular project, Carried for Tomorrow?
Well, Wadex, unlike the young lady next to me from Dragon Windows, who she said she had to persuade you a lot, but with you,
I had to pursue.
yeah, you had to persuade a lot. With you and me, it comes natural. Our partnership goes, way back, long before any programs or things were being done. As you know, I mean, I fell in love with the music, Kadas music, from its inception. And even before I knew how to speak the Creole, I could speak French, but the Creole itself, I could not. And
Were you born in Dominica?
Okay, well, I was born in Lebanon.
Born in Lebanon.
I came into Dominica with my parents at the age of 3 years.
I was 3 years.
So I practically grew up in Dominica.
Dominica.
And
Dominican.
Yeah, Dominica.
yeah, I am.
fully blown Dominican.
That's like
3
they say,
years as a
it's
toddler.
Of course, fully
like they
blown
say, it's
Dominican.
elementary. And then I used to sing the music, sing the words, not to know what I'm saying, a lot. I understood 1, 2 little words about French, but then as I listened to the music more, as I played the music more, as I got involved with it more, it got me to start speaking it and really understanding it Creole much more. So as a result, my transition to doing projects in collaboration with Creole Heartbeat, and even before you had Creole Heartbeat, we worked together, and when you came up with projects like what you're having tomorrow, it was very easy. I mean, very, very easy for me to come on board and no second thoughts about it. And as she said, it's a matter of trying to get persons to identify with Creole and, to the young ones especially. I mean, I hope I can get better. I hope to. But then I think it's very important that the young ones who are unable to speak it can really identify their culture with it. And so it is very easy to come on board with you all tomorrow.
And why are you generally so passionate about the Creole culture of Dominica? Because apart from the language, you follow the music, you're a collector of Kadan slips of music, you support the music. Just recently, you give a donation to the Midnight Groovers to help them to get themselves prepared for this year's World Creole Music Festival. You're part of the iconic billboards that we are seeing at the back of our backdrop there, where we actually worked with the Whitey Kubali Artists Association to actually paint 18 of the legends of Kadan Slip. So what about the Creole culture that you're so passionate about?
I mean, I'm old school. I'm going to start off with that. I'm old school. And I never ever like to forget where I've started, where I've come from. Not just come from like being from Lebanon, no, but I grew up in a society where I was really always close growing up to cultural music and persons who were affiliated to the dance, and everything. And so I've always developed a love for our culture, the ballet, listening to the Jingping bands, the Lapo Kabut bands and all that. And I've always stayed close. And so considering myself an old school boy, I can accept the new school. Nothing's wrong. But there's no way I can see myself ever forgetting the old school and the where the roots were planted for us to be where we are today. And so every time I come, I don't just wait for independence. I appreciate our music and our culture throughout the year. And so it really gives me pleasure to be part of it and not stay away from it.
Okay, and to you, Mrs. Edwards from the Dragon Windows, Chinese-based company. As a matter of fact, we can delve into what takes place at your company. I visited your company, I think, a couple of days ago, and I was amazed at the amount of Dominican nationals that are actually employed at your company. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Well, yes, of course. It's Dragon Windows is a Chinese-based company, but it is a Dominican company. I mean,
explain so that the listeners can understand.
Our founders are from China. Yeah. Our products are manufactured in China, but everything else is Dominican. So the workforce are Dominicans. I mean, we are right now, we can say 90% of our staff is Dominicans, locals. Out of 52 I think right now we're at 52 members of staff. We have only 6 Chinese and 1 Haitian.
Wow.
45 members are locally birthed. We have young men coming out of college, coming out of high school, transitioning into this field. And we hear Ministry of Education pushing for tertiary education and, learning skills. And Dragon Windows is right there. We teach you skills. We teach valuable skills to our young men and women versus, they're learning how to build, make strong, durable products, as well as we learn, customer service. I think right now, I can boast to say we have probably one of the best customer service. No problem is too great for us to solve, and you always have a team that is willing and ready to back up anything that we give out.
So what happens? The raw material comes from China.
Yes, of course.
And then you assemble everything and you actually make everything to suit
everything
whatever any home would require.
Yes, so we order, of course, in huge containers all the basic raw material that we need. So you have our main product, which we use UPVC and aluminum. So those come through our containers, we get them here. But from cutting to assembling to design, everything is done locally. Our architectural artists and designers are locals. So we have a young lady came out of college with her associates, and she's here working full time, doing all the designs. You come up with whatever concept that our homeowners or business or our customers come up with. We go out, we measure, we get the full understanding of what you need as a customer. We look at the location, we give them proper advice, and then we construct and design based on your specifications.
So can we safely say that Dragon Windows is one of the manufacturing companies from Dominica?
It is a manufacturing company. We are registered as a manufacturing company. So there is no if, ands, or but. That is exactly what we are.
So now, being Chinese owned, what persuaded your bosses to actually be part of a Creole symposium during Independence time?
Well, I mean, we are Chinese. Everybody knows Chinese are very much into culture.
Culture, yeah, that's correct.
It's their culture, their traditions is the very fiber of who they are.
Yeah, that's correct.
They take it wherever they move across the globe. So it is only right that they are in Dominica, and I can say Dragon Windows has been here for 23 years.
Yeah.
That's longer than most of our employees' lifespan.
I know.
So they consider themselves Dominican, and they participate in our culture. I mean, Mr. Ibrahim right here is one of our partners when it comes to Carnival. We have our own band for the Carnival band.
No, because it's very interesting that Ibrahim originally from Lebanon, and your company is owned by Chinese, and a Lebanese, to say by birth, but Dominican throughout, and Chinese-owned company associated with the Creole language. I think this is phenomenal.
Of
what
course.
What do you think, Ibrahim and Mrs. Edwards?
Of course.
I know you're 100% Dominican.
But I would not tell anybody that my boss is not Dominican. Yeah, she looks like a Chinese, and she may have been born in China. But if you hear my director speak,
she speaks the kind of English Dominican speaks.
She speaks Dominican English. Her whole persona is Dominican, and she loves here. She considers here her home. China is where she visits. Dominica is her home, and she treats her staff is her family. So it's like we have just a medium size or larger, you say, family. And when we work and our customers become family when they come through the door. So everything we give, it's about culture and tradition. Yes, we don't promote, we were not promoting in terms of Creole language.
It's the first time that you're associating with
Creole.
Will it
but
be a
not
loss? Will it be-
absolutely not. You know, we spoke already. What it's
No, I want to hear it. I want
we are
to hear
coming
it
on
endorsed.
board. We are coming
I'm
on
hearing
board.
it.
We are so much so that our calendar,
Mm.
our 2026 calendar, is featuring October month as Creole month, and it is written in Creole.
Oh, this is so good. And I'm feeling overwhelmed that, your company has taken that sort of stance. And we have seen quite a bit of other companies doing the same too. But then it's our hope. And I'm speaking now as a Creole advocate and a member of the committee pour Etude Creole, that we don't only utilize the language
In the
and the
season.
traditional in only
Only in
the
October.
In the season.
Because we have to understand that we are a Creole people. And the reason why we can say so, and we are unique in that the Europe we are mixed. They say Creole is basically a mix of two peoples, and we are mixed with three, with the Kalinago, the African, and the European. So we are really integral in terms of our Creole lifestyle, and a lot of what we have adopted and what we have inherited from our ancestors. We are now manifesting it now with a special season. But we are Creole people
Year-round.
24/7.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We speak. I think we need to understand that, and I hope we can do so. And that's one of the reasons why we have in the symposium that we are not seasonal Creole people. People in Haiti speak Creole throughout. In St. Lucia they speak Creole throughout. Guadeloupe and Martinique likewise throughout. But we seem to feel that we need to be seasonal to be Creole, making it feel that you're not that proud that you're a Creole person.
Or that Creole is not important.
Or Creole is not important, like Brohim said. So we are trying our best to really revisit the narrative and to see how people can understand we are 24/7 Creole people, but we have a special month when we showcase with the highlight of the traditional culture, because we have 11 months for everything else, but that particular month we kind of highlighting the traditional aspects and the wasin, the roots of the Creole itself, the language. There's a special day dedicated for Creole Day. Ibrahim, I want to take back because we have a special announcement to make sometime later. But for people who don't know, you have been a FIFA referee. You have represented Dominica in volleyball. You have your own hiking club. You have also hiked, represented Dominica as far as Africa.
Wow.
Yes, that's the distance. That's the distance he has gone.
That's dedication.
That is dedication. But I'm going to put him on the spot with this one. And apart from that, you continue to support almost every single group in Dominica. Whenever they comes to you, you get a way to support them. Have you ever measured in dollars and cents your contribution? I know that sort of thing you would boast, but then sometimes you have to take stock of the magnitude of someone's contribution, because you're still a small business. But you find ways to support almost every activity, almost every group association in Dominica. Have you put the dollars and cents to the kind of contribution you have made since you have registered Signman Limited?
Well, Wadix, to be honest, honestly speaking, I have never looked at that. I've never put a figure. What we are doing this year is I've informed my secretary that we take a note of all the assistance that we have been given from since January. So we're trying to put to put a.
But you think you have given over $1 million in donations?
I would probably say 5 million. No,
5
just
million.
kidding. No, it runs high. It runs high. Yes.
But how are you able to sustain? A small business.
Well,
and
what
you give so much.
we try to do is to give within our resources. In other words, our products. When someone comes to ask for assistance, we try to find out exactly what they need, and most times, it is products that we can produce. Award plaques, banners, signage.
But there's a cost to it.
Oh yeah, there is a cost, but it would not cost us, let's say, for as much as if we had to buy it from someone on the outside or import it. So there's more of a cost factor, not a profit margin. So that is how we're really able to do as much as we're doing, because most of the groups, associations, clubs, departments, even government departments, the writers and everything, and we're able to assist them in that way.
Can we safely say possibly 2.5 million in donations? How long have you been in existence?
I've been in existence for 24 years.
24 years,
Yeah.
just 1 year older than
1 year
Dragon.
older than
Wow,
Dragon
23,
Windows.
24, so something
Yeah,
should
when
be
she
working.
when she mentioned 23 years, I say I was a new kid on the block at the time.
Yes,
also.
yes.
Yeah, it goes.
Well, what inspires you? What motivates you to want to give back so much and so often?
I can safely say my parents, especially my mom, because I have a classic example where after Hurricane David,
was in
where I have
79,
in 79, yeah, where I have my business on the floor was empty at the time, and then during Hurricane David, when it happened during the day, the damages taking place during the day, lots of persons lost their roofs, their homes, and persons started walking. She would see them going up and down, and all of a sudden, both she and my dad opened up downstairs, and within a day, 2 days, we had something like 200 persons downstairs, sick in shelter. They stayed there for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and during that time, I remember she came to me and she told me, Broim, there are lots of children downstairs, young kids. I need all the clothes that you do not use upstairs.
Wow.
Everything. And so from there, it kind of with me that my mom always told me that you have to give when you can. And that has been with me throughout my life. So that has been really the standout for me in terms of being able to help people. There are times you have to say no. And when I say no, it means that you cannot give to everyone, But I try as much as possible through that to help as much as possible. And especially when it comes to young ones.
But are you satisfied with the patronage you're getting from Dominicans?
Yes. I mean,
There are times
like
that you
anything
expect
else,
more.
there are some persons who are not happy, not satisfied, because they feel it's either you can give more or...
No, in terms of, I'm talking about in terms of the patronage.
Yes, no, we do get support. We do get support from the
Support from
public.
the-
Oh, definitely. Especially when I started the business, and I used to work at Auto Trade before.
Yes.
And when I left there, I remember lots of customers actually coming. We only started doing number plates in the beginning. And when they heard that I started my business, because of the good service I gave them when I was there, they started coming to me and they followed me,
So they were your early clients.
They were my early clients, yeah. So I can't say nothing, yeah. The patronage from the public has been exceptional.
What about Dragon Windows? Is there a stigma, because it's a Chinese company, that there is some level of negativity, or is there, or are you dealing with any of those? And the reason why I'm asking that is because we want to establish Dragon Windows as a Dominican manufacturing company today, and we want to know that whatever product that's come from Dragon Windows is stamped Dominica.
Well, I cannot say that we have any negative stigma when it comes to Dragon Windows or our products. We have, for the last 23 years, proven the type and the quality of our products through its design, its durability, and so our customers never question when it comes to, or have a question mark when it comes to the quality. I mean, we hear often Chinese products inferior, this and that, but when we order our materials, it comes from the top quality manufacturers in China. We spare no, I would like to say we spare no expense when it comes to sourcing the best of the best quality materials. So we definitely go best quality, and then we come with our staffing and ensure that we have top quality staff, disciplined individuals, people who have talent and drive, and then we ensure that we train them properly to carry out the services that we want, that we think our customers deserve. So when our customers we have customers who have their windows since the inception and have never even changed a part. I mean, Alex, you are one of our customers.
Yes, I am.
So you can testify yourself to say,
hello,
and of course, Brahim is right here.
That's why we put you in the middle.
I am a customer. I mean, my home was built in 2006. I still have the first generation windows. Never changed.
What was the report card like after the Maria storm?
Well, I think we got an A+++.
Wow, your windows
You know,
stood
your roof went, but your windows stayed.
I love that. It's 11:30 in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. This is a special Creole Heartbeat program, and we have with us two of the major partners. They are the headline partners for the National Creole Language Consultation that is scheduled for tomorrow at the University of the West Indies. And we are privileged to have them to talk a little about the association with the project, with the language, with the culture, and also to find out a little more about them and why they feel it's a corporate responsibility to actually delve into matters such as this. We are also expecting to hook up with a very special friend from La Martinique. And she is also a presenter, a doctor in the Creole studies, and she'll tell us all about it. As soon as she is hooked on, we will go across to her. But Ibrahim, 11:15 Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean on the November 3rd. You will be one of the recipients of a national award. Is that breaking news? November 3rd, you will be
All suited up.
I would imagine. How does it feel to be finally recognized? And once again, we have to recall your FIFA referee, hiker, to kind of survey and discover all over Dominica the terrain, the topography, national volleyballer. You have done so much for Dominica in giving back to Dominica. And finally, the government and people of Dominica have chosen you as one of the recipients for what award in particular? The Meritorious, the Cicero, the Meritorious Service Award. Yeah. How does that make you feel?
Well, Wadix, sometimes, the saying that words can't express, but I remember I was away, I was on one of my travels the other day, and then I received this call from Miss Riley and in the Ministry of Finance. And to be honest, when she mentioned it to me the first time, I had to ask her to repeat it. Because honestly, I could not...
Had skip a beat.
It did not hit me in that second that I did hear that, I said, can you repeat? Because I don't think I understood what you told me. And then, it humbled me. Because while rightly that I don't look for awards or whatever it is, these things will come to you naturally at the right time and the right place. And so it really, I mentioned that to my family one time when I was up there. They had some good jokes, And then it went, for the next few days, it was kind of quiet. Then I came back home last week, mentioning to you and to one or two other people. And, it was still, for me, still gripping me, But let me just first say thank you to the government of Dominica and the people of Dominica for bestowing this honor on me. I know that I've done a lot. But like I said, you do not blow your own trumpet. You let people do it for you. And for me, the gratitude of giving is to see other people happy, to see people benefit. And that what my work and my contribution to society makes people very, happy that, we are able to assist them. And like I said, but let me just say also, it's not just Ibrahim receiving, because a lot of the work also given is through my business, Assignment Limited. Yeah. And I also have to thank my staff, because like she was saying, Miss Thing was saying about Dragon Windows and the staff, you have good staff. I have very good staff that I've developed that I can leave my business for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they can still do their complaint. So I have to say hats off to them. Mm-hmm. I have to say also hats off to, I don't know if I should, but I think I can, the persons who nominated me. And that comes from, I found out from within my Duvais Hiking Club. Great. Because I consider them a family. Yeah. And so I want to first single out Linda, Daisy Jones, Linda Jones Daisy, Linda Jones, and Daniel Marie, those two. And also, they did that so secretly that I was on a hike, we were on a hike together. And then she told me, so didn't you see when we had a letter going around? Because, you had the other person to sign it. I said, no, I didn't see. I said, well, yes, you all did it in secret. Yeah. But yeah, it feels good because recently, for the past couple of days, one or two persons who know, they make me aware. And it really feels good to know that you have been recognized, that for the work that, one has done. And I mean, I guess that's the most one can ask for, And to bestow such an award onto you, it puts me in that bracket of persons up there. But I'll tell you something, it's not going to change my way of life. I'm going to be the same simple person that does things on a day-to-day basis. And it really makes me, I'm humble, I'm really appreciative. I don't know if I can put more to it,
What will it do? It will be the 3rd November. I mean, it will be on Independence Day, a very significant day in our history. But then when you look towards the future, what will that particular award will allow you to do, now that you're a recipient, now that you have received this particular award from the entire country, the government and the people of Dominica, what will that inspire you to do? And we're talking about the younger people, the people that look up to you, the people that you mentor. What will that do to you in continuing to do so?
They say that it is said that let's take something for example. In sports, you try to achieve the highest goal, and sometimes the highest goal might be winning a championship, and then you tell yourself, what next? I can't go further. What next? Okay, is that award going to tell me, well, okay, you've reached a pinnacle. Are you going to slow down and do what you have to do? No, I can't. I will. It's gonna inspire me and to continue doing well. I can't say to do better, because you can only do as much as what your resources give you, and what you can put aside, throughout the year to give. But it will continue giving me the inspiration to continue my good work. That's the best I can tell myself, because it's in me to give, because I'm not the person in a business where you just take and persons come and you can't give. You have to give back to society, because without customers you have no business.
Absolutely.
It's the customers who really build you up, and the customers who come. And because of the good service you give, just like Dragon Windows, you have customers who come back. And I'm one of those customers.
Because of the quality.
And because of our quality of folk, and that's
you
which
have
is what
people,
yeah.
And then the word goes around that you will need a sign, you check the sign man.
Yeah, so we will continue doing our hard work. We will continue giving whenever we can give. And I know that I'm going to be looked upon much bigger right now, having received that award. And I accepted it with grace. I thank the Almighty for, most importantly, seeing me to this day of my life in good health so far. I haven't had nothing serious happen to me, and I hope it continues like that. And so,
Praise God.
yeah, thank God. And like I said, the people I've dealt with around me growing up in sports, being a football referee, I can call out names like Billy Doctrove, Chaucer Doctrove, Mr. Monroe, Clayton Monroe, Erickson Christopher. These were guys who mentored me, growing up. You had persons you can look forward to, and so we do our best and we continue our best. We have not just supported one department or one thing. We've supported education, sports, and sports where I love especially doing for the young ones.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, that's it.
Okay, back to Dragon Windows. By the way, we are in with Mrs. Shara Edwards from Dragon Windows and Ibrahim Brahim of the Sign Man. They are both headline partners in the National Creole consultation that we are planning for tomorrow at the University of the West Indies. Back to how are things, how is business in Dominica presently for Dragon Windows?
Well, we all know what economy that we are facing. It's a global crisis right now. So we would not say things are as great as they were in the past, or even just last year. I mean, we went through a bit of a slow period earlier this year, but we can still say that things are moving along. They are moving along, and it has now picked up back again. So we are putting things in place to ensure that we businesses always
Things are
you know.
seasonal, as usual in Dominica. Seasonal.
Yeah, and we have to understand we are in a construction manufacturing business, and if construction is a slow industry in Dominica, then things will be slow for us. But the thing about Dragon Windows is that we don't really depend only on our local market
Oh, so that means you export quite a bit.
to 19 other countries.
Oh, you export to 19 other countries.
Yeah, so we are
and
from
with all
Bahamas.
and with all the stamp made in Dominica.
All of it stamped made in Dominica.
What are some of the islands that you export to?
So if you look at the island chain, come down with you from Bahamas all the way down to Trinidad, but we can say that we export monthly to St. Lucia, because while we have Dragon Windows Dominica, we have Dragon Inc. in St. Lucia, which is our a distribution branch. All manufacturing is done in Dominica.
100% manufacturing
100% is Dominica.
Wow. Wow.
But in St. Lucia, we ship, and we have an installation team there. They do installation, they do
so
distribution.
you would ship some of your stuff to St. Lucia and they can install there.
Yes.
And then you also ship to other islands of the Caribbean.
To all other islands, including our French islands. And with this collaboration, this is what we are looking to even bring on a bit more. It's our French market. I mean, we do have some loyal customers who are either French Dominican or, and through them, they have, recommended and our products to their French counterparts. But this is one market that we are looking to, increase our export to. Because, I mean, if we're going to be boasting about quality windows, doors, railings, shutters, whatever it is that we provide, we want to make sure those who are at least closest to us have the same protection and can boast for that. We have a hurricane don't hit Dominica and don't hit Guadeloupe or Martinique.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you and the rest of the listeners and viewers, by the way, we are live on DBS Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel, that presently Creole Heartbeat is also putting together a special project called Creole for Business. And with that business, what we're planning to do is to link the language, because we teach the language at Alliance Française as we speak. We have enrolled several members from the Goodwill the credit union in Goodwill. I can't remember the name. Central. It used to be Central Alphonsus, but Central Cooperative. We have at least a dozen of the employees enrolled. And we are trying to do this in several of the businesses to get them Creole friendly and Creole ready. And then the next step is to take those businesses on expos to both Guadeloupe and Martinique. And then while you are in St. Lucia, but to visit, to expo or to explore those avenues to Guadeloupe and through Guadeloupe and Martinique, to give some more visibility. So if let's say we plan our first expo in January, and hopefully Dragon Windows will be on board, and we will try to see how we can get the manufacturers from Dominica to get their produce or products being sold or at least displayed and get more visibility in the French, because we must understand and realize, I mean, almost 1 million people to our left and right.
Europe.
And not only they are Europe, but then they are the consumer power.
Yeah.
And also the financial. The euro is almost 3 to 1 of ours. So that's a market that we need to continue to tap. Absolutely. So one of our major objectives is to continue that relationship with Dragon Windows. So by the time we are ready to do the expo in January, just around Carnival or before Carnival, after Carnival, that Dragon Windows is already on board. So we can see how now we can forge relationships with construction companies in Guadeloupe and Martinique, so that the more windows we can get sold in our French islands, it will be more Dominican people being employed, more Dominican people benefiting, and the 90% of the Dominican workforce that you have will continue to possibly enjoy
Absolutely.
dividends from this. What do you think of this particular project?
Well, first of all, let me just say this is a very forward-thinking project, and congratulations to Creole Heartbeat for coming forth with this initiative. Basically, we believe that this whole initiative has the potential to be a game changer for Dominica economy.
Yeah.
And of course, the French Antilles or the French Islands represents a natural high, value market for Dominica. So, yes, of course, we want to be part of such an initiative. In terms of getting ready for January, that is something we'll have to discuss with our production, because as we said, things are built. It's not buy and resell. We actually have to build it. And if we already have a high volume of orders, it can delay getting specific products built. But it's something we would definitely look into, getting at least a selected amount.
Sometimes what you do, you get a selected amount for showcasing.
Yeah.
Because most times the expo is basically to showcase, so you can get the orders, you can get the demand. So basically to just be like samples, or
yes,
you
definitely.
have leaflets, you have flyers, if you can have live samples, DVDs, videos, we approach various radio stations and give some more visibility to the manufacturing sector in Dominica. So it is basically to increase your visibility and to give you that level of
a platform, basically.
A platform, exactly.
Yes,
a platform where commerce can be the right dividend, and Dominicans can further benefit from this, because I really love the idea of 90% of your workforce. And I saw the young guys doing this stuff. And really, I was so impressed with the level of professionalism. And then I wasn't aware that this was going on at Dragon Windows.
I mean, we have a range from 18 years to our oldest would be what, 60, 63? 60?
Yes.
Getting ready for retirement soon.
I virtually had a rude awakening to see your workforce in action. And that's why it was very critical, so we could highlight those things, because when something is good in Dominica, we have to highlight it.
Good.
And of course, man, Brim. And now is the Independence time, and let's go back to the Independence flavor. What is the sign man doing? What is Ibrahim doing apart from your major award that you will be receiving? I know you are overwhelmed by this. I'm so happy for you, my brother. I feel like it's me getting an award. I feel like I'm getting an award again.
Yeah. I mean, yes, what?
Apart from the award,
you had a big part to play in it,
Yes, well, we have been very close, and I must say the support you have given me, like a right hand support, more than just friends, more than just a sponsor. We can talk, we can discuss things, we do projects together. You put financial background where I may be deficient, so we have been more than just partners. It has been a deep relationship. And I myself, I should be in Anguilla around that same time, and I'm trying my best to make sure that after the ceremony, I would move, because this is important for me as much as you, because I love when the right people are being honored, and you are definitely one of those. This is, whoever have followed your track record, your life, that giving, you continue to give and continue to give. I sometimes wonder if Ibrahim is crazy, the amount of everything, sign man. But then that's who you are, and I'm glad you explained it for people today. So I'm really happy. But apart from that aspect of it, what else is happening at the sign man institution? I call it institution. What else is going on?
Well, around this time, thank God, you will speak. Dragon was saying about seasonal, and that you have slow periods. We do have that also. Because like anything else, I would expect that you need to have much more buildings taking place, that you can build more doors
and windows for.
Just like us, we need to have more places that you can put up more signs. Because when a business place comes for a sign, unless if that sign doesn't get damaged or a
That's a
hurricane or
lifetime.
something.
Yeah.
Sometimes for the
It
next
never
3 or 4
replaces.
years.
It never
At
replaces.
least maybe for no. Sometimes they come to replace, but that's a customer gone for the next 2, 3, 4 years. So we always try to look for new customers, new products, and we've brought in some new equipment where we can better our products. We're hoping that can, when we put it out on the market, that customers will see that. And it's just a matter of, like anything else, ensuring that our customers get the best of service. And best of service means that we can give them a good product.
Have you been able to export any of your products?
No, we're not into the export market because our, not just financial resources, but the product we offer is not something that can easily be sent out. Because you have to understand, I would assume just like Dragon Windows, you have duty-free areas and a duty-free bond. We don't have that. We pay our full duty, and for us to sell back, export with duty paid, we would not be able to compete in prices. So we're happy with for now for our local market. It really keeps us alive. It keeps us going. Our staff, we've had changes over the years, but like anything else, I always instill in my staff that no matter what you do, you have to deal with the customer. At the same time, I don't profess to the saying that the person say a customer is always right. No. We get issues, we get problems. I tell my staff, deal with it. If you reach a stage where you can't go further, then you come to me, I do have a problem. And I always like to hear two sides of it, So there are times I've had to tell my staff, well, something we could have done this better. But at the same time, I've also told customers, hello, no, you could have done that better and approach better.
Apart from plaques, Brim, what other signs?
We do signage, door, billboards, door signs, indoor, outdoor signs, banners, the award plaques. We do,
Trophies.
the trophies, inscriptions. We do signage for the building industry, the contractors, when they have their road signs and projects. And once, as much as they're happy, they come back. And we have had customers for over 10 years coming back to us. Why? Because of our quality, most importantly. And again, just like Dragon Windows, I would say 99% of my materials come from foreign. I import, and then we do our local work.
Get all the natural, all the raw materials.
All the raw materials come from
and
overseas.
everything is done.
And everything is done locally, yes.
Locally, yes.
Stamped, pure, made in Dominica. So we continue doing what we have to do.
What about you, Dragon Windows, in terms of what's going on for independence at Dragon Windows? It's a different flavor, it's a different time. It's a time when we focus on Dominica, we focus on manufacturing, we focus on our heritage, we focus on Creole, we focus on everything Dominican. Anything taking place at Dragon Windows for the independence?
Well, right now we have. I know everywhere. So you have a Dragon Windows staff go out. First thing the public jumps at you. When are they having a sale? Dragon Windows don't have no sale. So right now, I can tell everybody we have a sale going on right now. It started on Monday and it goes up, I think, to the end of the month or is it next week or sometime. But anyway, come down to Dragon Windows. I think Wadix, you're going to be at Dragon on Friday. So come down and you will see Wadix in person, So come down and get to experience. See the product yourself. We're going to set up a whole display for you. So you can actually walk and you can touch, you can open, you can look at, you can see different designs. So the sale is on. We have sale right now on our standard size windows and doors. So you can come on down, have a look, and meet the staff, talk with them. For the season, it is basically just enjoying what Dominica has to offer. We use this opportunity to celebrate with one another. I mean, our staff is looking forward to Creole Day because we're gonna have all the activities. But right now, what we are asking customers is to come on down.
Okay, I think we should have our guest from Martinique with us at this point in time. Marie-François, est-ce que vous entendez moi? Bonjour. We just allowing our technician to get hooked up.
Connections, yeah.
The connections, right? This is 5 minutes before midday. We are trying to move across to Martinique, and she's one of the presenters of that special for the special national Creole language consultation tomorrow. Marie, est-ce que vous entendez moi? Marie-François. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Ok, nous pas qu'attendre hier, pas de problème. Nous avons un petit problème technique là, mais nous technicien là. Il a regardé pour voir si tout bien qu'à marcher là. Ok, il a nous un petit signe là, pas de problème, messieurs, mesdames. Donc ça c'est
Anison?
Est-ce que vous attendez moi ou attendez moi?
Moi qu'attends nous?
Aïe aïe aïe, ça qu'a fait, ça qu'a fait.
Moins bien, moi qu'attends nous, moi qu'à ouais, moi qu'à écouter les autres depuis tout à l'heure.
C'est vrai ça, tu es là tout à l'heure. Aïe aïe aïe, ou pas. Eh bien, nous t'es attendre technicien là pour boire chez nous, pour faire nous savent ou là, parce que nous t'es attendre vous depuis 11h30. Et dis-nous, ça qui nouvelle la Martinique?
Eh ben, nous bien, nous là, nous qu'à attendre pour parler épisode demain à dans National Consultation là.
Premièrement, du peuple la côte où, et puis vivre, et puis ça, travail là au café.
Moi pas tant nous.
Ok, premièrement, du peuple là, tout ce monde qui a écouté parce que vous live sur Radio Nationale, ça qui nous travail ça au café, et puis connexion, et puis langage créole là.
Oui, alors moi c'est Dr. Marie-Françoise Bernard, so moi j'ai un PhD dans langue anglais, mais moi spécialisé à sous la région et la Caraïbe de l'Est, Eastern Caribbean Islands. Donc moi fais recherche à sous OICS, à sous système OICS là. Et tout ça, moi, qu'a fait, c'est sous langue, culture, littérature, toute région là. Et à part recherche, moi, travaille en les, et puis ministère de l'Éducation Martinique, moi, travaille en France et puis en Martinique, à sous ministère de l'Éducation pour mettre politique linguistique en place. Donc, ça, c'est spécialité, moi. Ouais, comment est ces langues-là, ou qu'à apprendre, comment est-ce qu'à mettre, comment est-ce qu'à et faire interaction entre ces langues-là. Et depuis quelques temps, je travaille à sous mettre Creole l'école et je travaille à sous Saint Lucian Committee, Technical Committee pour mettre langue et pour mettre Creole l'école. Donc, travail moi c'est monter ces mots tout ça pour faire là on mettre en politique langue pour pas oublier rien pour après ou pas savoir comment pour faire. Donc, moi, quand travaille dans les qui étapes, steps, qui étapes ou qu'a passer pour ça mettre en politique en place. Ça, c'est le travail. Moi, qu'a fait depuis à peu près 10 l'année, parce que moi, j'étais en inspecteur de l'éducation nationale, senior executive. Et ça, c'est le travail que moi fait. Moi, I retired. Moi, retired actuellement.
Ouais, très bien. On travaille toujours.
Moi, quand porter contribution, moi, dans la région, dans la langue créole là aussi.
Pas de problème. Où travaille avec cette lycée pour faire un spécial pour lycée pour créole? Dis-nous quoi de ça.
Alors, Sainte-Lucie, ils ont demandé pour nous expliquer comment nous faisons Martinique, parce que Martinique, nous avons créé l'école depuis 2006. Nous avons fait Breton, nous mettons créé l'école. Nous avons formé professeurs, trained teachers. Nous avons formé professeurs à l'université. Nous avons un master's degree. Et nous avons aussi un qualifying programme. Là, nous avons un master's degree, nous avons encore un année pour faire un master's. Et ça fait créole l'école. Donc, cette lycée m'a dit, moi, venir expliquer comment nous faire ces professeurs à apprendre à faire l'école en créole. Qui ça nous a fait puis en créole là et qui manière nous a fait en créole là vivre à côté français, à côté anglais. Donc, ça, c'est ça, moi, fini faire et puis c'est mon Saint-Lucie. Mais moi, j'écoute yo, moi, répondre à cette question yo. Moi, je ne pas montrer c'est un modèle parce que ça nous fait, il a marché pour Martinique, mais il pas peut-être marcher pour Saint-Lucie. C'est pas même manière à nous servir créole là. Martinique, tout le monde a parlé créole. Et bon, quand c'est qu'on Dominique, mais Saint-Lucie, tout le monde n'a pas parler créole. Donc, il faut faire en politique qui a aller pour pays où.
Mais ça, c'est le problème, nous, à Dominique. Il t'a dit longtemps, plus de monde qui parle créole, mais maintenant, pas pile monde qui parle créole. Ça, c'est pourquoi nous avons une spéciale consultation là, ça, pour faire ça, où monde connaître l'importance de la gage là, Moun savent ça nous ni pour faire pour faire ça peut-être tout partout tout quoi la Dominique qu'a parler créole ni si nous tout ça et puis créole là à l'école créole à parlement tout ça c'est ça nous qu'a essayer faire ça.
Oui. Oh, et moi, ça qu'a pensé en politique linguistique, c'est ça, moi, qu'a parlé demain, moi, qu'a fait plodari, moi, qu'a dit, moi, qu'a fait plodari, moi, en anglais.
Vous qu'a fait en anglais demain?
Moi, ça fait en créole, mais moi, qu'a fait en anglais parce que ni tellement moun qui connecté, moi, ça fait en créole tout, oui.
Eh bien, vous ça mélangé, pas de bon problème.
C'est vrai.
Oui, ni moun qui connecté, qui c'est des linguistes, des moun qui fait recherche, qui pas qu'à parler créole.
Ouais.
Qui écoutent nous en Facebook, donc moi, qui fait en anglais. Mais ça m'a montré, c'est qui ça pour nous faire pour langue créole la valet. Parce que là, nous qu'à parler sans mettre l'école, sans faire politique, qui ça l'opinion politique pour langue, chaque monde qui a fait ça, il est quoi il est, il a servi créole là pour dire mauvais bagaille, tout swear, juste contre là, il fâché.
Jouer tout ça.
Faut nous bailler valet parce que les valets, on peut faire toute bagaille en créole, on peut parler toute bagaille technique en créole, on peut faire toute bagaille en créole. Regardez Haïti, nous connaissons mon Haïti et puis nous qui dit ça, l'université Haïti, on a fait toute bagaille en créole. Donc créole là ni valet, il faut nous bailler valet et aussi c'est pour nous en la porte pour ouvrir toute l'économie pays nous.
Mais ou même
nous ça vrai pour Martinique aussi.
Mais ou même nous ça qui fait étudier, qui étudie la langage créole aussi à la Martinique.
Oui. Alors, moi, il fait un master's degree Creole, langue et culture régionale de France, language and regional culture.
Ouais.
Yes. Et il fait master's. Et après master's, il fait qualifying master's là pour il faire Creole l'école. Il est en classe, si maman qui est 5 l'année. Et maternelle, nursery school, preschool. Et yo ka apprendre créole. Hier, il montre moi que pour journée internationale et cancer, les petits mamans et la matché, bah c'est mon qui a souffert. Nous là épisode, nous comptons et un des autres et nous ka des autres plus force. C'est petits mamans et la matché ça bah c'est mon nom en créole. Avant, ou pas te ni ça à l'école là, il était écrit en français. Et là, il montrait moi qui ça fait et puis c'était maman a 5 ans, par exemple, il mettait un petit shop en boutique nous qu'a dit dans l'école là et que les petits maman il a allé acheter bagaille Martinique. Apprendre toutes les gym, toutes fruits, tout ça nous ni Martinique et il a parlé en créole, il a dit vinivon. Yo ka di vinivon, yo ka acheter, yo ka di ba moi la monnaie moi, ba moi l'acheter combien moi ba.
C'est tout monde la dit tout ça.
Ça fait aussi sur la vie.
C'est tout monde c'est ça qui fait tout ça. Mais ça c'est bon hein. Et puis consultation là, il can mener plusieurs différents monde, linguistes et puis docteur puis tout ça à même émission. Et puis bof, il y a mon autre cette Lucie, ou même la Guadeloupe et puis Trinidad, Haïti et puis différents mondes de la Dominique. Ça qui est importance au spécial consultation comme ça.
Alors c'est important pour moun qui fait recherche parce que ça va permettre nous et mettre tout ça nous faire ensemble et puis complémentaire pour yon ka ajouter pilote nous ka dit nous ka coller tête nous ka coller épaules ça qui est bien c'est que tout le monde savent ça l'autre la ka faire nous ka échanger nous ka joindre d'autres monde mais ça qui est bien aussi c'est que ça ka montrer que créole la ka aller plus loin parce que chaque fois que des monde mettent koyo ensemble créole la ka aller plus loin parce que ni des bagailles depuis nous ka travailler pour consultation talent ni des bagailles que mon ka travailler en l'air que mon même ça ça peut exister donc on avancer chaque monde a avancer côté nous ka mettre ensemble et là nous fini c'est un pas nous faire nous ka virer faire l'autre pas après et chaque fois que là pour nous comme l'UNESCO dit c'est décennie decade of indigenous languages c'est les décades des langues régionales donc c'est un bon bagage parce que ça va permettre nous montrer que langue là existait et ça va permettre plus moun parler et puis ça va permettre moun qui pas Jean pays à parler ça va permettre moun qui la diaspora, moun ki se yish moun ki te ka pale Creole, di, ni yon kote ou pe apren pale Creole. Mwen pe di zot, par exemple, mwen ka travaye pi en l'université et la kou Caribbean Yard Campus Trinidad.
Ouais, Trinidad.
Yo ka ba kou pou moun apren matche et puis li Creole online.
Yes,
Donc,
online.
ça ka permettre ba toutes les informations ta la pou moun pe apren Creole la pou yo pe fè moun sav ke ini valey. Ça pour moi, National Consultation, c'est pas pour Dominique seulement informer, il faut pour tout le monde qui apprend à parler créole, ça ka parler comme ça qui pas ka parler.
Moi ka ouais monsieur et puis nous que nous demain moi ka ouais monsieur live sur Radio DBS tout peuple là Dominique attend nous ka parler là parce que on ka assister moi à toutes différentes façons et puis moi ka souhaiter demain nous ka passer un bon petit moment là. Et puis, prochaine fois, là, on va descendre à Dominique pour fêter avec nous pour World Creole Music Festival. So, merci un pile. Ok, ouais, nous encore. Gros bisous. À demain.
À demain.
Ok, merci un pile. Nous avons parlé là avec madame. Ça, c'est un docteur, ici, un docteur de créole et puis anglais aussi. Ça, c'est madame Marie-François Bernard de la Martinique. C'est lui qui a présenté à la grande consultation là. So, she will be the person that will be from Martinique in the consultation. And she, as she said, she has assisted St. Lucia to create a policy, the language policy, but you say each place is different. In Martinique, they have 100% Creole, but in St. Lucia, possibly a lower percentage. So in Dominica, a lower percentage. But she said, she explained what she's going to do. She also explained that she's very happy, and she also reiterated that the Creole is not only for Dominica, but for everyone that's speaking Creole. Finally, before we go, because the doctor is already seated in the velvet colored chair, and he's with his sunshades in the room, and I guess his gloves well plaited. The consultation is tomorrow, and once again, final words on the consultation, as I thank you guys for being headline partners, Dragon Windows, and the Sign Man had headline partners for this historic National Creole Language Consultation tomorrow. Final words, we'll go with the lady first, and then Ibrahim Brahim, the recipient of the Meritorious Service Award, Ibrahim Brahim. So we'll go with Mrs. Edwards first.
Well, Alex, we just want to encourage all the listeners and across the region, not just in Dominica, but across the region, to listen in, tune in tomorrow, learn, and let us see how we can, as a community, come together and take the Creole language to the next level. As you said, it's not a seasonal language. It is a very fiber of who we are as Dominican, as Caribbean people. So we look forward to what the outcome of this, consultation. We are looking forward to seeing great initiatives come forth, and not just an initiative where we say what we're going to do, but we want to see action. It followed up with action. We want to see in a year time, 2 years time, our children are, fluent in the language. It is being taught in school. There are books, little children books in Creole, whatever it is, we want to see the initiative that is going to come from. And as Dragon Windows, as you said, we are here to support culture, and now we are here promoting the language, cultural language. So, we are just looking forward to seeing how we can collaborate and push this forward and give our support to ensure that this is successful.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Shama Edwards.
Shara
Edwards, Mrs. Shara Edwards. Ibrahim Brahim, the recipient of the Meritorious Service Award for 2025. Ibrahim Brahim from Lebanon and Dominica.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Just briefly, I'll say it. Like Dr. Murray said from Martinique, it's not only for Dominica. Mm-hmm. And my hope is that what comes out of this consultation through all those educational heads from Trinidad, Haiti, because we know Trinidad has
Creole.
And I passed through the community over there, Yep. Real interesting. And I hope that some sort of document can come out where a paper that can be used throughout the Caribbean. so that
common
common
document.
common document that, so when you go to, if you want to, let's say, go to Trinidad to do a course or something, you can, or let's say you started a course in Dominica and you move to Trinidad tomorrow, you can continue without having been anything different, you know. So yeah, I look forward to it tomorrow. I look forward to progress after, what happens after that consultation. I think that's the most important thing, what takes place after, because many times we know people talk about things, but yet it's what happens after. So that's what I'm looking forward to, most importantly.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim, and also Mrs. Edwards from Dragon Windows. So hope to put a document together to forward to the Ministry of Culture and Ministry of Education. We are thankful that both ministries will be present tomorrow, including the Minister of Education, who confirmed to me earlier she will be there. So once again, this was another special Creole Heartbeat program, and we really want to thank DBS Radio for allowing us to disseminate the information and being a partner in this major consultation tomorrow. Until we meet again sometime, I think tomorrow, yes, live for the consultation. I'm Prince Wadix. Over to the only doctor on the nation station, Dr. Miguel Labade.